Hola, I'm Daniel Rivaldo Gunawan, a mathematics student from Institut Teknologi Bandung. For the past semester, I've been studying at Universitas Pompeu Fabra, learning about numerous various multidisciplinary courses such as ethics, globalization and sustainability, and collective movements. My friend in the same major as me told me about this program for the first time. While deciding which university I want to attend, I was also preparing other documents required for this program, such as English proficiency tests, essays, and other certifications. The enrollment process was simple and uncomplicated. All you had to do was to fill out the online form and submit the documents required at Campus Merdeka website. Then you wait to see if you've been admitted to the next round of the selection process. The interview is the second process of selection. You must give your response in English here. And that's all there is to it. The most vivid memory I have in this process is that I submit everything at the very last minute. But fortunately, I was able to transmit all of the documents required on time. But for the record, don't do what I did. And one more thing, perhaps this is not going to apply to everyone, but the most challenging step for me in this whole process is to have an English proficiency test. Because it was online, I have to sort of modify my environment so that I can focus on doing the test. Fast forward a few days, when I arrived, my initial impression of Barcelona, the city where my campus is located, is that it's really clean and organized. And in terms of my campus, Universitas Pompeu Fabra, I'd say it's quite large. And it has multiple buildings scattered throughout the city. The campus features several large classes that can fit up to 100 students, and several little classes can fit up to 20 to 30 students. After living in Barcelona for a few days, I have a shock culture. And this includes the siesta culture. In siesta culture, stores mostly close from Friday until Sunday, and on weekdays, they close from afternoon until about evening and then reopen again at night around dinner time. So I had to force myself to do my groceries on weekdays in the morning or at night. And another startling experience that I have is that students there are more outspoken. Everyone will appreciate it, regardless of their opinions. In general, I studied social science. All of the classes I attended were fascinating and very different from what I was having at my home university. The teaching style is very different from what I was used to at my home university. Lecturers frequently pose questions for us students to debate and voice our opinions or perspectives on. There were no right or wrong answers. Every student had their own viewpoints on the subject. The pace is not as rapid as it is at my home campus, but I had to modify my study habits while here. Debates necessitated not only knowledge about the problem itself, but also the knowledge of other topics linked to the issue. As a result, I must educate myself on what is going on in the world right now. On the other hand, we developed an event presenting our culture to the world, such as batik and Indonesian traditional games, to build a cultural bridge between our fellow international students and us. If I could go back in time, I would really love to involve myself more in student activities or organizations in campus in order to broaden my international relations. If there is one thing that stayed with me the most after this exchange, it is my openness to any possible thought that may or may not occur in the future. I also learned to be a more critical thinker by approaching subjects from a variety of angles. As an IISMA awardee, the most memorable event for me was giving my first presentation in front of a large group of international students. During my studies, I learned a key lesson. The process is just as essential as the result. So, do the right process and then the good result will follow. I hope that debates and the open exchange of ideas will become more prevalent in Indonesian education at any level. to encourage students to be more vocal and to encourage students to be braver in voicing their opinions. When I return to my home university, I will aim to be a role model for this by being braver and more outspoken in my courses. Over the course of my exchange experience, I made a decision to stick to my initial commitment to help sharing the benefits of being an exchange student to others. I'm officially IISMA biased since IISMA has provided me with a wealth of valuable knowledge and experience, many of which I had not anticipated. And keep in mind that it always seems impossible until it's done. Be bold to go abroad. Salut!